diplomatic triumph for India. 8 veterans of the Indian Navy who were sentenced to death in Qatar were released by the Qatar court, and the capital punishment was commuted to an extended prison term earlier following diplomatic intervention by New Delhi. Now, amid desperate pleas by the anxious kin of the Navy veterans returned back home, of the 8 former Navy officers, 7 have already returned to India.
खुशी हो रही है कि वापस इंडिया पहुंच गए हम सेफ एंड साउंड और डेफिनेटली ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर श्री मोदी को धन्यवाद करना चाहेंगे कि उनके पर्सनल इंटरवेंशन से ये पॉसिबल हुआ और गवर्नमेंट ऑफ कतार के हिज एक्सेलेंसी द अमीर को कि उन्होंने ये होने दिया.
Without the intervention of Prime Minister Modi, it wouldn't be. आज हम आपके सामने खड़े नहीं हो रहे होते अगर इंटरवेंशन नहीं होता एट दैट लेवल, हाईएस्ट लेवल. एंड स्पेशली गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया, उनके अथक प्रयास से कि वो कंसिस्टेंटली लगे रहे एंड वी आर देयर इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू.
वेरी थैंकफुल टू द गवर्नमेंट एंड प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी कि हम लोग बाहर आ सके और वापस अपने कंट्री में आ सके. थैंक यू सो मच.
बस ये कहना चाहेंगे कि ये वाले दिन का हम बहुत दिनों से वेट कर रहे थे और प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी और उनका पर्सनल इंटरवेंशन, उनका इंटरेक्शन, और एक और मौका लेना चाहता हूं कि थैंक करूंगा अमीर को कतर के, जिनके उनके इंटरेक्शन के कारण आज हम यहां खड़े हैं, जिस दिन का हमें बहुत बेसब्री से इंतजार.
Very happy to be back, and it's only possible due to the intervention of our Prime Minister and his personal interaction and involvement with the Amir of Qatar. We're thankful so much for the government of India. Thank you so much.
We have waited almost 18 months to be back in India. We're extremely grateful to the Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji. It certainly wouldn't have been possible without his personal intervention and that equation with the Emir of Qatar. I think we are grateful to the government of India from the bottom of our heart.
Now, the Union government released an official statement welcoming the decision to set the veteran officers free, saying that the government of India welcomes the release of 8 Indian nationals working for the Dara Global Company who are detained in Qatar. 7 out of the 8 of them have returned to India. Let us tell you that the 8 Indian nationals were imprisoned in Qatar since October 2022 and were accused of allegedly spying on a submarine program. The retired naval personnel were sentenced to death by a Qatar court on charges that have not yet been public officially. Shivani is joining us on the phone line to give us more details. Shivani, in fact, it is a diplomatic triumph for India. The 8 veteran Indian Navy men have come back. They were in fact sentenced to death in Qatar over alleged espionage charges. So how do we in fact look into these developments that we are in fact bringing between Qatar and India now?
See, this is not only a big diplomatic win, but a relief for not only these 8 veterans of the Indian Navy, their families, but complete naval fraternity and all the Indians too. And this has happened only with the intervention of the Ministry of External Affairs, who has been following this particular case and helping these families in Qatar with all the legal help, and also trying to meet and pursue the Emir of Qatar for their release. And very good news is also that now they have been released. There are no charges also pending against them. So they are totally out of all the allegations that were on them in Qatar. They were working for a private company out there. There were serious charges, allegations against them. And in the month of October last year, they were given life sentence. So this is a big victory, a huge victory. And this has been possible only through the Emir's intervention, who has been taking the families also in confidence and taking the legal proceedings also ahead.
Right. Shivani, many thanks for joining us and giving us all the details. So that is a big win there for India and bringing back the Navy veterans to the country.